before they chase him, and they are still chasing him till now. But Ngozi knows that if you got him, you see what Remigius is doing now. But he has a good motive for Biafra to come, but he has joined the wrong side. Then, number 6, if he talks with any politicians, like I said before. So in this, when we are when you are bringing a point, we are not here to be, this is our grievances, but like my sister that spoke last, it's another good evidence that he says, look at it and look at it, that Ngozi don't want this, he has the money. Why, if you are Ogenkere, can't you be angry, even though it's me? We have the money to do it, but somebody is there in the 4 days, and we are about to lose the hope, which means you'll be saying, let us lose it. Everything is covered. Sonia Parawa was telling you that if he should have opened up that convention, we know. But to be the wisest man, I was talking to my wife because they made my wife.
Why is everywhere quiet? What is happening?
I'm coming. I want to live here. This is my final this thing here. My wife was made the commissioner of.
Hold on. Chidom, somebody is speaking. If you can't hear him, go down and pick you up again. Simple. Or you hold on. When he finishes it, you check whether the next person you can hear. Somebody is speaking, sir. Chidom. Okay, go on.
Yeah, so the fact we are saying, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number, we are bringing fact. You are bringing fact. Why was Emeka Livingstone against Ngozi Orabeze? The video is there, the interview, and every other thing. I'm still searching for Livingstone so that I will bring it up for people to see. And our PM trusted this woman that nothing could be done. Look at what he under 2 days. So what are we talking about? Let us, whatever we are doing here, we cannot say that any money cannot be paid into new, because if they pay, we agree for that new dimensional account. Our men on ground are gone because they will seize all the whole money. And after this, that is what happened in the BOS. And this is the fight we will fight now. Forget about interview with the people that is going around calling the cabinet. All those things, our defense is taking, we are gone. The Cameroonian man said it, Ambazonia. If our defense is, and this is what is up, look at them. Look at our Obunigwe, the back of our tanker. And they are showing you we have captured one Obunigwe with the video evidences, and they are dancing that they can, and he said our team, there is an insider which is our COS. Let us hit it by the David Nana, where are you? Where are other people? Come up. What is happening? I use my mic here. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you. Nana, where are you?
God bless you.
Where are the people? Ah.
John, thank you. Ozugwano, he dropped got the main point. Check I no long does. Vicon, you have the mic. Thank you, Mr. John, our brother. Vicon, Mwa.
First of all, I want to say, Sister Stella, God will bless you. Thank you very much for hosting this. And this is our last speaker. I've spoken everything. Am I coming out clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Ngozi Orabueze should step down with immediate effect. She has insulted our charter.
Yes.
She's supposed to respect our charter with immediate effect. That lady, she's very rude. I will not spare anybody. I love her, but not loving into my freedom, my life. No, she has to step down. She has betrayed us. She has betrayed Biafrans. You know,
what did she do? What did she do?
What she did, she was supposed to respect everyone that came from far away to that convention. Anything that she has, any problem that she has within, she could have settled it with her cabinet without it going out. So she has an agenda. That's the reason why she exposed everything and start calling names to Akbarawa and or etc. and etc. 2, they should ask European rep. He should not be mute. He knows also what's going on. So European rep knows what is going on. He will never be mute on this. He's a dude. He's a guy. He knows everything. He cannot say the women are ruling now. The women are doing it nice. No. European rep should come and answer questions. And in 1 month, if they don't come and answer questions, they will see the stupid of us in Finland here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So on that note, Uche in Finland, the European rep, whom are you working for? How come we have not heard from you, from all this trouble? Each person that speaks calls your name, Uche, the European rep. We need to hear from you in space. Pick up the mic, tag him, let him come and answer us. What is going on in Finland? Where is our PM? Have you seen our PM, Uche? You are living with him. Have you seen our PM? Whom are you working for? What are your observations on the things going on? Uche, we need to hear from you. You can't stay there because you believe you are smart or keeping the secret, or meanwhile the house is burning. Uche, the person his house is burning cannot enter there and be looking for rats. Uche, we need to hear from you so you can help in calming down our people.
He's
Who
part
are
of the
you
game.
working for?
He is part of the game. That's why you are not hearing this. You are not hearing him. He's part of the game, but he will play innocent.
Guys, this is serious. So, okay, thank you. Then we'll go to Americana before we go to Happy Ume.
Okay,
Americano,
thank
you
you.
have the mic.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make it clear that I'm on nobody's side except the side of the law, the charter, and what will be the Constitution. So it's very important for everybody to understand that if people are pushing a narrative, let's not fall into the narrative, okay? I am not on anybody's side at all, but I've done deep research. Okay, I've done deep research, and I'm begging everybody to go and do the deep research that I've done. The first thing that I want to say is that there is no such thing as the position of deputy prime minister in our charter. On top of that, the Biafran constitution was based on the constitution of nations that are well known, and their structures are well known. The Biafran constitution was based on places like Finland, America, and Switzerland. Why is this important? It's important because, one, in our charter, there's no such thing as deputy prime minister. The charter does not say anywhere the term deputy prime minister. So deputy prime minister is a position that does not exist. On top of that, in countries that have laws that are not the zoo, a man, one man, even if it's the PM himself, cannot decide who will get power after him. He cannot say, I'm going to say that the person coming after me is the deputy prime minister or is the chief of staff. These are things that would be explicitly written out in the governing documents of the nation or country, such as the charters or their constitution. But here is what is important. For those countries which we leveraged in order to generate our own documents, if there is such a thing called the deputy prime minister, the deputy prime minister, in the absence of the prime minister, does not have the power to reshuffle a cabinet. The
Hold on, Americano. Please, somebody distracted me here. Please, can you rewind? Can you start all over again, please?
Okay.
I want it to
Yes.
sink into our head.
Okay, please. It's very important that that you first know I am on nobody's side. I am nobody's friend. I don't have friends. I don't want friends. All I want is a country that is built on laws and strong institutions, so that in generations to come, one person will not ruin everything. So, Biafra has a charter and Biafra has a emerging constitution. The Biafran charter does not in anywhere of the Biafran Charter say anything about a deputy prime minister. That is one thing. It does not say anything about a deputy prime minister.
Whoa. Hold
Wait,
on.
Stella. Okay,
Hold
okay,
on.
go ahead. Please go ahead.
Hold on. You mean that deputy prime minister does not exist in our charter?
Deputy prime minister does not exist in the charter. But on top of that,
what do we have in our charter?
We have a prime minister who is an elected by the majority of the people and has well-defined role inside of the charter and has a well-defined path to becoming the prime minister. There is no such thing as deputy prime minister. But on top of that, okay, in addition to the fact that we don't have deputy prime minister, we know the countries which our constitution and our charter were based off of. These are places like Finland, the United States, and Switzerland. Even when you go to those countries, the chief of staff is not a cabinet member. The chief of staff is not a cabinet member. And the person who would take over from the prime minister in the absence of the prime minister would have to be a cabinet member. On top of that, the role of deputy prime minister in those places that do have a deputy prime minister, the deputy prime minister does not have the authority to reshuffle or change the cabinet in the absence of the prime minister. You see, our prime minister, PM Simon Ekpa, was very, very wise in order to set up a structure so that the structure would speak for itself. He knew that in the absence of a prime minister, if you followed the law correctly, it would fall back on the people to decide who would lead them. He would not have the authority to say that I'm going to put my second in command as the chief of staff, because the chief of staff is not a cabinet member. So the chief of staff cannot become a deputy prime minister. And there is no such thing as a deputy prime minister in our charter or in the constitution, which wait now, let me just wait.
Understood. Hold on.
Okay.
Americano also understood that the chief of staff was selected by the prime minister.
Exactly.
He was not elected by the cabinet.
That is what I'm trying to tell you. Inside of the charter, the prime minister must be elected by must come about through the wishes of the majority of the people. Biafra cannot have a prime minister that has the powers of the prime minister that does not come through the majority votes of the people. It's not possible inside of the charter. And on top of that, there's no deputy prime minister. And on top of that, the countries that we borrowed or used to evolve our own constitution and our own charters, a deputy prime minister, even if there's something called a deputy prime minister, that deputy prime minister, even in the absence of the prime minister, go look up countries like Finland, go look up countries like Switzerland that our constitution was based off of. Even those systems that have a deputy prime minister, those deputy prime ministers, in the absence of the prime minister, cannot reshuffle the cabinet. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Even in those countries that have deputy prime minister, the deputy prime minister does not have the power to reshuffle cabinets. I'm trying to tell you this. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not possible. So I'm not against the chief of staff, but the chief of staff does not have the authority to become the deputy prime minister through her own volition. The chief of staff does not have the authority to become the deputy prime minister, even through the power of the prime minister himself, because the prime minister cannot, because he feels a certain way or she feels a certain way, appoint the chief of staff as the deputy prime minister. It doesn't make sense. The roles of, and the role of governance, the chain of command, is laid out in the governing documents of a country. An individual does not have the power to say who comes next. It is the documents that govern that country that say who comes next. So the very first thing that everyone needs to understand, and I'm not against anybody, Don't tell anybody. I'm not on anybody's team. I'm not on Sonny's team. I'm not on Bam Bam Bam's team. I'm not on COS team. I'm not on your team. I'm not on nobody's team. The only team that I'm on is the team of the charter and the constitution. You know why? Because those senators, those governments that we went to go hand our charter to, will use the charter. We'll use the documents that we say we abide to judge us. They will be using this charter to say, how legitimate are these people? How legitimate are they? They will see us as illegitimate if we do not follow the very charter that we say is the foundation of our country and our nation. So the charter that everybody should read, I know, and the one I put online, somebody went to go delete, but I'll put it online in a different way that they won't be able to delete. But the charter that we have, which came out of the Helsinki Declaration, it explicitly says that the government cannot do anything that is not in the charter. The government does not have any power that is specifically, it's inside of the charter, and it reads just like this, that the government cannot do anything that is explicitly inside of the charter. That if they need to do something that is outside of the charter, that is going to fall onto the hands of a people's council. The charter document, the Helsinki document, defines a people's council, which is made up of people who choose themselves from the community. They decide how they are governed, the people's council. And that people's council plays a very significant role in situations like this. So this one problem, one mistake that the COS made was that the COS should have used the charter and and cabinet members within the government to start to engage the people when she started to see issues. If, for instance, I'm hearing this story, and this is one thing that I really want to get to the bottom of, the Conflict Resolution Committee. Through what mechanism did the Conflict Resolution Committee come into existence? Because it cannot be that the Conflict Resolution Committee came into existence through a certain mechanism that has to do with a charter or some sort of agreement, and then they were taken out of existence through the whims of maybe a handful of cabinet members, maybe that don't necessarily represent the will of the people. So what I'm trying to say is that, please, every single person, instead of worrying about, because the arguments that we make, they have to hold up. Instead of worrying about personalities, oh, this person offended this person didn't do this person is paying here, this person is not paying here, we need to understand and read the governing documents very, very thoroughly and base every single argument that we have on those governing documents. I am saying that it is outside the realm of the power of the chief of staff to reach, even if even if they want to call her the deputy prime minister, which they can't. But even if they want her to call her the deputy prime minister does not have the power through the documents that we have to reshuffle cabinets, even if they're calling it reshuffle cabinet, even though we know that, at least from what I heard, it was a dissolvement of the Brigi cabinet. That's what was the exact words that she used. And I'm not against her. I'm not against her at all. I'm not in any way against her. I was one of the first people that was very, very, very excited to start to see females, women, come up and lead in positions of leadership in the Biafran government. I am one of the people that really, really, really wants a lot of female leadership all the way to the top in terms of prime ministership. But I will not sacrifice the laws that I know will create strong institutions and separate us from places like the zoo for people's personality. And I'm not just talking about her personality. I'm talking about everyone that's involved. So what I'm saying is that we all need to become very deeply, deeply, deeply knowledgeable of these documents. And when we become deeply knowledgeable of these documents and use these charters as the foundation for what we are asking for, then we will achieve the nation that we are looking for. Because we will show to the world that we are a country, we are a nation, that the foundation of our nation exists in laws that we've agreed upon. There is no position. That's why when she went to interview Star Radio, it's written there, the chief of staff. They could not write deputy prime minister. It is people running around saying that, oh, she's now the deputy prime minister. Maybe she herself released a statement saying she's now the deputy prime minister. Through what mechanism did she say that she is the deputy prime minister? Because it can't be through the lips of PM that she became the deputy prime minister. It's not possible. Just because someone says, oh, PM trusted her, don't you know that she's the second in command? That's not the case. That's not the case. That is not the case. What is there a foundation in the charter and the constitutions which will give someone the power to take over from PM? That's what we need to understand. And in my research, from the constitutions of Finland, from the Constitution of the United States to the Constitution of Switzerland, which are all places in which the Biafran documents were evolved from, none of those places allow a chief of staff to just become the deputy prime minister. The chief of staff is not a cabinet position. It's not a cabinet position. Usually, the deputy prime minister would come from a cabinet member position. A chief of staff is a position that is basically sort of in position to the PM. It's not a cabinet position. And even in the situations where there is a deputy prime minister, the deputy prime minister doesn't have the powers of the prime minister, because the constitutions of those countries understood that the prime minister's powers should be derived from the fact that he is an elected official through the majority of the people. Does that make sense? So even if somebody decides to become a deputy prime minister through whatever mechanism that doesn't involve the constitution, they still don't have the powers of the prime minister. So please, can we all become very, very deeply serious about these agreements and these charters and these constitutions, which were laid down as a foundation for us? And can we leave out any personal insults? Do not stop insulting the chief of staff, because she is the chief of staff. Stop agreeing with Bam 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 or Sunny just because whatever. Don't agree with anybody. Don't look face. Simply focus on the documents that are the foundation of our nation, and use that as what we are going to. And I think if we do that, we, the people, as it says in those documents, will have the ultimate say, and we will put every one of them in order. I'm not on anyone's side. I've spoken. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is the opportunity you've been looking for since. They wouldn't allow you to speak in the other side.
Americanos, God bless
that,
you, man.
I
You break
watched
it
that
down.
space, and they wouldn't allow you to speak.
Let me just say something.
Hold on. They flew you up like
before, can you hear me,
kite
please?
out of their space. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
We must not forget
good
that
morning, good day. Thank all of you, Sister Stella.
Happy,
everybody.
can you hear me? Happy.
Yes, I'm speaking now.
Oh, hold on. I was calling Helen, my co-host. Hold on. I will give you the mic, sis. Okay.
What do you call him? Ejiofor was boasting of, I am the most trusted person to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as at then. Not knowing that most trusted sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes. So this so-called I trusted COS, I don't trust anybody.
Yes.
I don't trust anybody.
Don't trust anybody.
So we must not base on a sentiment of PM trusted and he entrusted everything in her hand. No, this is not working. This is not working. If PM entrusted everything in her hand, she should be able to keep to what PM has been using before. The account we are aware of, she should be able to stand by that without changing it. But today is another different story entirely. She promised not to change the account. Day after that day, she changed it with impunity. And they are telling us that it is PM that certified that account. Are we so daft that we don't know where things are going? My people, continue.
Okay, thank you. And then we'll go to where is the Happy Ume? Happy Ume, you have the mic.
Thank you, Sister Stella.
My phone, okay? Please close your mic. Udo, close your mic. Let's our sister speak, and then I'll come to you. Please. Okay, thank you.
Although they're saying you have a connection problem, so please make sure our space is protected. Can you hear me, Sister Stella?
Yes, I can hear you, sis. Go on.
Okay. Thank you so much for holding this space. And like I said in previous space, I stand with no one. I am a Biafra. I am a proud United States of Biafra citizen. And that's why I'm here. I'm going to respond to this by focusing on two. On that, and they are the charter. And once again, I want to thank Americano because I've been talking about this charter, that why this is what the government should make effort to put on their government website, so that some of us that have the ability to go to, that have lights can go and look at those things, print it, find a way to download it and put it on our phone, download it to our people back home, those, or even print it and give it to somebody to take home and share with all the, if the people on the states can afford, each state, I'm saying it, anybody in this space that can download it every person in each state should be able to download this chapter. If we're in Christmas season, you should use it as a Christmas gift to your state representative and give it to them so that they can have it and read it. You know what our leader used to say? Black Ndisioji, that when you want to hide something from them, put it in a book. And this is what we are going through now. So, but first I'm going to start with what the tape of the mouthpiece of the gods, because I'm in the committee of lobbies and I'm in the committee of people funding people funding this thing. Remember, our Prime Minister came out and begged us to please help fund that Finland, because the last time they were able to generate money and do most of the thing themselves, because that was when the New Dimension, this thing was also this account that this TOS is raising. I also know about it, and I'm just a citizen, just following Prime Minister. I listen to what he's saying. And that New Dimension was raised for people who will be raising like a very big amount of money. It's not like that account was not there. It was there. That New Dimension account was there, and it has a purpose. It has been there after the USA, and PM has never come out and replaced. Each account has a purpose. The New Dimension and the two other accounts are separate. That New Dimension was for people who will be donating. You know, there was a time the PM said if we can have somebody who will be donating like, 10,000, 5,000 every month. I'm sure people are here. They heard him say that. That was where the New Dimension was this thing. I did it once and I came out because I'm not rich like that to be donating all those big money every month or so. That's what that New Dimension was for. And that and he said that last when they did the Helsinki Declaration and the hall, they were able to offset and everything. But when before this one that they went now, he came out, he pleaded with us. And that was why the Committee for Lobbies and for the Finland was this, and I was among. So I donated there too. And then the lobbies, when he got all these new lobbies, he came on air and told us, Nkere build a committee. He was there in our committee, the first meeting we had. And we all donated. And we were supposed to be doing it every 2 weeks, every Sunday we meet. So that's how I know what is good. That's what I know. I cannot say what I don't know. And please, my brothers and sisters, Jenu go this charter. Because this is not about character, whatever. You know, when the PM will say that after him, nobody again will come up and be saying we are fighting for Biafra. That's what he meant. It's in the charter how we will rule the thing, because this Biafra belongs to all of us. No, that will not be like Nigeria, because the power belongs to us. But you see, I always say it, 200 years of slavery and over 1,000 years of slavery and over 100 years of contraction in the country called Nigeria has deluded our sense of reasoning. That people will be talking like mad people everywhere. Now, as I know, so that's why we are having this problem we are having. Because the people too who are in the committee, the Nkere, the RAF, the OGE, the COS, they don't even know what is in the charter. And then that takes me to the charter. Because what was the purpose of the charter that we spent money to go and do? What was the purpose of it? If you bring all these people, all this nonsensical thing we are seeing now, ask them, what is the purpose of the charter? We have a government. We have a government. What does it mean to have a government? We are not authoritarian. Oh, the PM told me to do this. The PM has a limited power. If you say if we want to come in as a nation now, because remember, we have not restored it. We have just declared it. Now we have to fight to restore
just
it.
like you just said, what is the purpose of the charter?
Yes.
What is the purpose? Why is it there?
Yes. That's
Simple.
what all of them should tell us. I don't support any camp. I am too big to be a camp person. So that's why I took
because
offense.
What we are rejecting is to be rude like Nigeria, where we are running away from.
Or sentimental. When the PM said after this there will be nobody, it's because of the charter. Look, read it. Everybody should read it. Because I said it, every state in the United States of Biafra should have it.
Please, if Happy, hold on. If somebody can even read
Stella,
chapter,
let me read it. Let me read the purpose of the charter. Let me read it out. Let me read it out. I want to read it out.
Page, what are you reading?
The purpose of the charter is written. That's the topic. Purpose of the charter. That's what I want to read. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, read it. I've read it, but I didn't know you wanted me to read it. But if you have it in front of you, read it.
Let me read it. Yeah, I have it. Let me read it. Please, Biafrans, listen. Let me read it from the beginning. Purpose of charter. Number 1. The primary purpose of the charter is to establish an enduring national structure, governance structure, and basic code of conduct for the people and the functionaries as directed by the people of Biafra, which contribute to and inform a future.
Okay. Can you hear me, Stanley?
I can hear you.
Okay, guys, hold on. I'm under attack. So what I want to do now is to bring some people down and bring some people up. A lot of people that have spoken before, because we have how many people waiting? I want to bring up some people so that they can also speak. Okay, so when I do the reshuffling, don't be annoyed. Like Messi, I want to bring you down. Vicon, I want to bring you down. Who again? If I'll bring you down for now, later you can come up. John, I want to bring a lot of people down. Helen, help me do all this.
Stella,
Bring some people
I've not said
so
anything.
they can discuss. Who?
Ife.
Oh, if I have not spoken.
I only played that voice.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
if I have not spoken.
okay. So please do the reshuffling for us, Helen. Okay. Go on, Stanley.
Stella, if there is a way you can refresh
I
the
have
space,
not
I
spoken
don't know.
for once, so
Can you
please.
refresh the space?
I have. We're under attack. There's nothing else I can do. I have 3 times now.
Or
Okay.
if it's possible, drop all of us. After reading it, you can start bringing people up.
We are under attack.
Yeah.
We can't even bring in people.
Tell her.
I want to suggest something, please.
If it's possible,
Okay.
bring all of us down. We'll go to
I
the
want to
list.
suggest something before you bring all of us
Okay,
down.
hold on.
If possible.
Before I forget it, I want to suggest something. Can I go on?
What are you suggesting?
Okay, please. It's I don't know. Some people might like it, or some people might not like it.
Just make your
I
suggestion.
would,
Make your
I
suggestion
would
straight.
suggest.
Guys, hold on. I'm just reshuffling, please. Like they told me, I'll bring everybody down and bring up. Let's see what will happen.
Yeah, bring me down to.
Yes, I will. Okay. Now I've brought everybody down. Okay, let me. Where's the Helen? They refuse to bring you down for me. Okay. Helen. Okay, yeah. Okay, so everybody apply again. Let's see.
Still, I remembered I've not finished speaking. I had just allowed this Stanley to read the charter for us, please.
Yes, of course. Happy you continue. After the chatter, you continue.
Stanley, please start reading whilst I'm fixing people. Stanley, read.
All right, let me start again. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. The purpose of the charter. Number 1. The primary purpose of the charter is to establish an enduring national structure, governance structure, and basic code of conduct for the people and the functionaries as directed by the peoples of Biafra, which contribute to and inform a future national constitution. In addition, number 2, the charter has provided the platform for the formation of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, and de facto government, BDFG, to serve the nation and people of Biafra during the period that Biafra is under occupation of Nigeria. I don't know if anybody get it clearly.
That is that word. That's why I say we should go and read it and stop coming here to just talk out of emotion.
Thank you very much. Let me read it again so that they will understand it. Listen carefully, Biafrans. You should not start behaving like Nigerians. It says, in addition, the charter has provided the platform for the formation of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, and de facto government, BDFG, to serve the nation and people of Biafra during the period that Biafra is under the occupation of Nigeria. During the period that the Biafrans is under occupation of Nigeria. Are we still under the occupation of Nigeria or not? we are still under the occupation of Nigeria. This charter is meant to serve the Biafrans during the period that the Biafran is under the occupation of Nigeria. I don't know if you people are listening. I don't know if some of you are understanding. But what I notice is that most of us are running away from this charter, especially these people supporting COS. Once you mention charter, they will disappear. There's one I told her in the comment section, go and read our charter. Do you know what the guy told me? He said, charter kill me there. A Biafran I told to go and read his charter, a Biafran charter. He said that charter should kill me there. They just want to side one side. They don't care about constitution. They want to turn it into Nigeria, favoritism. If Bam 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 and Sonia Barawa and the Minister of Information, Minister of Finance, Inkere, have gone wrong anywhere according to our charter, let's bring them to book according to the charter. If the COS have gone wrong anywhere according to charter, let us bring her to justice according to the charter. Let's stop all these shenanigans. Each and every one of them that has gone contrary to our charter, let us use our charter to bring them or call them to order. Simple. There's no need taking sides. The charter is there
Hold
to
on,
serve as the
Stanley,
judge.
can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Now, some people said they are not hearing us. Please, can you repeat what? Can you read what you read, please? Is it possible? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I don't. Can they hear us now so I can repeat it?
They said they didn't hear, so repeat it.
No, Stella.
If
I come up here now on speaker, I can hear everything. But once I go to the listening, I won't hear again. The space is seriously under attack. Yes.
Okay, guys, you know what? Should we bring down the whole space and start all over again?
I think it's best.
Yes, Sister Stella.
Okay.
I only could hear you now that you put me on speaker. I couldn't hear anything for almost 1 hour. It was just off. And when Americano was speaking, I didn't hear half of what he was saying.
Stella, bring it down completely. Let's come afresh. We'll start afresh.
Okay, sir. Okay,
just
well,
end
guys,
it.
you can leave.
Yes, end the
And
space.
if you
Just
live by
end it.
yourself, it's better for you, or live by yourself now before I bring down the space. All the people
Everybody should live by themselves. Just leave, so that they bring down the
now
space.
before I bring down the space, so it won't continue happening to you. If you're not hearing before, just leave before I bring down the space. You're welcome. Leave before I bring down the space. Leave, everybody leave before I bring down the space, so that you can be okay. Particularly people that are having problems. Before I bring down the space, just leave the space before I bring it down.